Heavy metal. Like who?
Judas Priest, Ozzy.
At the sound of the demon bell.
Oh yeah, you like Ozzy?
How about red?
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme. We're too wild. We're too out of control. We're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
Greetings and felicitations, children of technology. Happy Halloween to all you religious types, and eternal hails to all you cultured and uncultured dipshits. This is Damb, D-A-M-B Radio, episode 1. Maybe the first, maybe the only episode of my radio show. I am your host. My name is Dylan, but since you're listening to this program, you can call me Dill. Today, we're just going to be playing blocks of music and then listen to me yammer about them. And we've got a solid mix of doom rock, black metal, hardcore, some death metal, and a little bit of other crap mixed in for good measure. I do not have a soundproof studio. Planes are going to fly over pretty regularly, and my dog's going to go apeshit at random intervals, but I will try to apply some level of audio engineering so that my voice doesn't sound like a rusty bandsaw. Anyway, we started that one off with kind of a mid-Atlantic doom sandwich. The first track, that little keyboard thing, was an intro. It was Lamentation by the band Revelation. And then we went into a sound collage that I made 10 years ago in anticipation of this episode. A sound collage that only I enjoyed, I assume. And that went into the incredible Side 1, Track 1, Tombstone Highway by The Obsessed. And I wasn't planning on playing that originally, but I've been making a St. Vitus zine, as many of you, well, dozen of you might know. And so I've just been kind of like overdosing on Vitus content and texting my friends about Vitus and all kinds of shit. And by sheer happenstance, I found out that it was actually Wino's birthday just a couple days ago. So I decided to throw that track in there. Also because I just think it's an incredible opener. Then we looped back around to Revelation again with the song Images of Darkness. Both Revelation tracks appear on their demo tape called Images of Darkness. And that Obsessed track appears on the self-titled Obsessed record, which was released by Hellhound in 1990. But as many people know, all of the tracks for it were recorded in the mid-80s, like I want to say 1985. And it was supposed to come out on Metal Blade, but for whatever reason it didn't. And anyway, Wino ends up joining St. Vitus, and then several years later, the self-titled Obsessed record ends up being released by Hellhound. And Wino is so psyched on the posthumous release of this record that he actually decides to reform the Obsessed. And so he leaves St. Vitus and reforms the Obsessed, and that kind of begins St. Vitus's very interesting dynamic of ping-ponging between two singers who seem to get along and acknowledge one another, and also launches the Obsessed's career. Kind of the theme around that little block is just that I'm interested in mid-Atlantic doom metal and the dynamics that create this kind of sound in this specific region of the country. Just weepy, crying cherub statue holding their head in a forlorn pose type doom rock, which I really, really like. But anyway, I think that it's time to let the music do the talking, and we're going to get into another little block. So I've got some goodies picked out for you. I've also got another insane and self-indulgent sound collage that you're just going to have to deal with. But the first song that we're going to go into is actually a rippin' ass cover of Death Walks Behind You by Atomic Rooster. And this is performed by another doom band, by the classic doom band, Paradise Lost. So here it is, folks. Paradise Lost with Death Walks Behind You. Keep it locked into DAMB. Do not listen to another radio station.
that I've wasted my life.
Trust me, 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 trust me.
Trust me?
Trust me,
Trust me?
trust me,
Trust me?
trust me.
The bitter realization that I've wasted my life. The bitter realization that I've wasted my life. The bitter realization that I've wasted my life.
I fear no evil, be it hot. My own mind, sorry you do not. Two kinds of people we're looking at here. Two different situations. If we both walked onto a plane, Steamboat, I would be the pilot, you would be a passenger. I am an innovator. You are an imitator. I'm a leader. You are a follower. I am a winner, and all of you are losers.
as labors of Hercules do not respect anyone or anything.
Holy shit. What an ass whooper. That was Armored Angel with the song Enigmatize from their 1994 EP titled Mysterium, which came out on ID, or maybe it's ID Records, ID Software, ID Software. Anyway, Armored Angel spells their name with a U because they are from Australia. Before that, we had 2 songs from the band War Hungry, one of my favorite bands, a band that I really got to experience and see live as a young person and see them develop from the demo to recording a full-length LP, and just a band that I really like. But I wanted to play kind of a couple of curiosities, maybe not some of the tracks that people might reach for, but the first one was Tip Your Scale, which comes from the Chopped and Screwed mixes, which came out on Lockin' Out Records in 2016. Of course, it is a Chopped and Screwed Purple Scissorp remix of an existing track, and it's a track from 2007's Return to Earth, which came out on 1917 Records, which even just saying that name gives me all kinds of weird feelings of nostalgia. If you remember that label, there's a good chance that we're around the same age. I don't know that everything on that label has aged incredibly well, but it was just like this short moment where a bunch of releases came out, and Return to Earth was one of them. And then we followed that up with a live, I guess it's a live snippet because I didn't play the whole song, from War Hungry's 2007 Sound and Fury performance. This is a live set that's been like floating around in my friend group for a long time. I'm sure I got it on SoulSeek forever ago, but I believe that you can get it on the CD version of Return to Earth. I love that live set. I heavily encourage anybody to listen to it. It's very easy to find. The songs sound awesome, but moreover, as is the case of any hardcore band worth their salt, is the banter. The banter is insane, and the ad-libs are just nonsensical and hilarious. And that little bit where Hoodrak is asking for 20 waters is like a thing that me and my friends, it's like a bit that we do. Like, can I have 20 waters? Can we get 20 waters? So I wanted to include that. And then, of course, we started off the set with Paradise Lost's cover of Death Walks Behind You. That can actually be found on the As I Die single from 1991, released on Music for Nations. You know what? 91, I might be wrong on that. Maybe it's 92. It is. It's 1992. And of course, this is from like the Shades of God era, so it's got a Dave McKeon cover, which looks really sick. But anyway, I'm going to go through and yammer a bit. But I really, really love Paradise Lost, and I have a hard time talking about what it is that I keep coming back to. But I've always felt that they have this kind of like nakedness about them, and I'm not like a professional music writer, so I'm gonna sound like a fucking moron trying to articulate it, but like the way that like Gregor McIntosh plays guitar and Nick sings, it's just very like out there, and it's I just imagine somebody with one hand just like plinking at a piano, just like ba na 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 na. It just, I don't know, there's something about it. It's so purposeful and intense, especially like in, you know, that early run of just absolutely unbeatable Paradise Lost records. But I really love it's not like they really go off the deep end and add a ton of new variations or like nuance to that song. They play it fairly straight, but it's just the Paradise Lost musk that they just spray all over it. I absolutely love it. Now, War Hungry, I've already spoken about with a lot of affection. I have this great memory of seeing, at the time, what would have been just like a premier hardcore gig in Richmond, Virginia. I won't even need to tell you the year. You'll be able to put it together from the lineup. But it was Justice from Belgium. It was Cold World, Righteous Jams, Iron Boots, and the band that opened was called Fired Up. They had like 1 or 2 7-inches on Youngblood. And, you know, every single band was like a band that I was buying a record, buying a shirt, just full-on hardcore kid merch mania mode. But randomly, War Hungry ended up playing like 2 songs because that was my Google Home reading my mantra. War Hungry ended up playing like it was in my memory. It was a couple of songs, but it was probably just one song. But I remember the War Hungry guys had probably come down with Cold World, and I just remember the singer Hoodrak. He was wearing these John Lennon type sunglasses and standing at the front of the stage, and I remember they were playing Black Sabbath Into the Void, like instrumental. And I'm now realizing that I might be conflating this memory with a memory of United Blood 2007, but whatever. War Hungry was sick. I really hope they put out a new record. I've heard all kinds of rumors and speculation about new material, but I have no concrete proof. And then we finished up with Armored Angel, a thrash band who I love, who exists in that like category of thrash that is so like redlined so hard into brutality that it feels weak and dissatisfactory to just call it a thrash band. Kind of like early Sepultura. I think of bands like Morbid Saint or Demolition Hammer, who like, I think categorically they reside in the thrash metal territory, like the puffy white sneakers kind of category, but sonically it's really like closer to death metal to me. And I just really love that era of really, really heavy thrash. Like after Metallica's already blown up, there were a lot of thrash bands who kept kicking ass. The thrash moment had passed, so you had all of this room to experiment, in my opinion, with brutality and heaviness and all kinds of new dynamics. And so there's all kinds of great unknown thrash records from like the late 80s and mid 90s. But Armored Angel is not unknown. I think in the US, maybe a little not so, but just the Mysterium EP is incredible. I really don't think they have a record that I don't like. They're just very consistent, heavy, like bullet belt leather kind of music. Like it's a thrash that is so much heavier than typical thrash that you expect. I'm also a sucker for a great 4-song EP, and the Mysterium EP is 4 songs. Hey folks, this is Dylan from the future here, just cutting in to update. It is in fact a 5-song EP, not a 4-song EP. I could have checked, I could have verified, but I didn't because I like to shoot from the hip. Anyway, back to the show. So if you're a fucking moron and you couldn't use context clues from that song to determine whether or not you think this band would be sick, I would suggest you check out that EP, and if you can hang with those 4 songs, then you're going to pretty much like everything that they do. Alright, well, that was the first set, and that was way harder than I thought it was going to be. Maximum respect for the people that do this all the time. Holy shit, I am so tired of talking. I'm so tired of hearing my own voice. So we're going to move on to the next set. This next set is going to go in a little bit of a different direction, but we're actually going to stick into the country of Australia because I've played Knifey Spoony before, and this is a song that I have just loved ever since I heard it. And the song is by a band called God, and the song is called My Pal. Hey y'all, it's me again. I just wanted to cut in and let you know that some of the songs in the next set are from some pretty grimy, muddy live recordings. One of the clips in particular, you're going to notice a pretty substantial drop in audio quality. It's not for very long. There's really nothing I could do about it. Just stick with it. It does serve a purpose. Anyway, thank you. And it goes something like this.
As to what might be in the egg. Is it a dinosaur? Is it a rabbit? Balloons? Is it the Playmate of the Month? Huh, who knows? Well, the way it sounds to me right now, the speculating is all over. Whoop, stand back. Oh, look at the stand back. I think that egg is ready to blow.
Alright, welcome back, folks. That was When the Innocent Die by the mighty Anti-Cimex from Sweden. That song is from a record, and hell, I'm just gonna say it. It's the title of the record. A record that's called Raped Ass. A 7-inch from 1983. An absolute classic, monumental, hardcore release. One that sounds just as potent today as it probably did in 1983. Before that, we had the isolated guitar tracks from Ozzy Osbourne's Bark at the Moon. I truly think, and this is something that I talk about with my friends a lot, that Jake E. Lee kind of gets written out of the Ozzy story. Okay, he doesn't get written out, but I think that he is under-celebrated in the catalog. And I think that, obviously, Ozzy Osbourne has a rich tradition of working with incredible squealy-ass guitar players, and I just think that Jake Lee has all kinds of fun, little, tasteful gimmicks and bits and bobs. And again, I'm not smart enough to talk about the guitar, but just there's all these little, like, one-offs and, like, throwaways that he'll throw into these little songs, and when you hear him isolated, they just sound superb. Also, Halloween just makes me think about Ozzy Osbourne. Something about that phasered out guitar tone that all of his guitar players always have that sounds like a laser. I don't know, it makes me think about autumn and the smell of burning leaves. Before that, we just had a tiny snippet from the Randy Uchida group. I'm going to be honest, I think that I like how this band looks more than I like how they sound. It kind of is like Vegan Reich to me, where like I heard the name of the band and I saw the shtick and I really thought it was going to be heavy and crazy, and it turned out to be like really tame. I feel the same about Randy Uchida group. Maybe that's like a total misread, but they didn't really record enough songs to give that kind of an appraisal. Obviously, Randy Uchida was the guitar player in Gizm from Japan, and pretty much their legacy is like a 2-song 7-inch. However, this live snippet is actually an Ozzy Osbourne cover of Bark at the Moon from 1984. It is live, and the sound quality is so abysmal that I didn't want to include the whole thing. I just think it's cool. I just think it's cool that Jake E. Lee was getting covered by this Japanese kind of hardcore outgrowth band. So I wanted to just include that little bit. Of course, before that, we had, you probably recognized as Merciful Fate. That is from a tape that has been bootlegged to hell, but it is allegedly from a performance in 1981 on Halloween night in, I wrote it down. In Denmark. So it says Gymnasium Havlav, Denmark, Halloween 1981. I don't know if it's actually from Halloween night. I do know that Merciful Fate played their first gig in the spring of 1981. But this is a 13-minute track on that tape, and a lot of it is guitar wankery, which it's funny to me to think about a Merciful Fate before they had like the shtick totally dialed in. Obviously, King is wearing his face paint, and they had like Curse of the Pharaohs, and they had a bunch of the songs from the self-titled 12-inch written, and they play them on this tape, albeit a lot of them have different kind of interludes, and they're just like a little bit clunkier than they would end up being on the albums. But I just really like imagining Hank Sherman, guitar players, like early gig to fill time. He's literally just going to go on stage and just play like his favorite riffs. It's amazing. Like you think about it, in 1981, death metal hasn't happened yet. Black metal hasn't really happened yet. Like metal is like barely pubescent, you know? And the riffs that he's going to throw in there is like Black Sabbath, Into the Void, which is the second time that riff has been referenced today. And Ballroom Blitz and Smoke on the Water. And my favorite is the Van Halen Ain't Talking About Love riff. You know, down the line, Merciful Fate would become such a unit, just a powerful force that they wouldn't need to have those kind of gimmicks or whatever. But like 1981, he's gonna trot out there, and for 10 minutes he's just gonna play bedroom riffs. I think that's pretty sick. It's one of the things I love about metal and the underground and hardcore and whatever, is just documenting this kind of crap. It's why I am doing this, and why I'm still here, and why I have the air conditioning turned off in my house even though it's 80 goddamn degrees. This to talk about this crap. And then we started off the set with a song called My Pal from a band called God. I first heard that song in a skate video, of course, fairly recently, like probably within the last 10 years. That song, though, is from 1989, from a single, and I don't know the label, but I'll patch it in. Okay, folks, I lied, as I am wont to do. It's actually from 1988. The single is called My Pal, and it's on a label called Aw Go Go, like Aw, like AU, like Australia. And there are two on sale on Discogs, and one is about $168 and the other is about $162, and they're both shipping from Greece. You knew it. You already knew it before I even said it, didn't you? Anyway, I just like that song. It really rocked with the skate video I was watching, and it's like a real simple riff that I've just kept in my brain for a long time. I did make you endure another sound collage because I am wont to do that. If you did enjoy those, please let me know. If you didn't, unsubscribe and just leave me to my methods. I don't need to hear about any criticisms that you have or anything that you didn't like. I'm not so much interested in that. But any words of encouragement or any positive affirmations that you can give me about my efforts, my show, my existence, I would love it. I need it. I live for it. And I cannot go on without it. Anyway, we're going to move into the last rock block here because I am sick and tired of talking, and my house is dripping on October 1st. It is so fucking hot. So anyway, let's go out with a track by a band. Oh, there goes Roy. You hear him? All right, Roy's calmed down so we can introduce the final rock block. This is by a band called Verathron. The song is called Ancient Warrior, and I didn't plan on this, but it is also a cover song, and it's by a band called Black Sabbath, and the song goes like this. folks, we've done it. We've made it to the end. I'm going to give a couple of words about the songs we just listened to, and I'm going to play 2 more to play you out, and then I'm done. I've exorcised this demon. I tried it out. I jerked myself around and indulged in a fucking radio show, and I can finally move on. So, what we just heard was an instrumental from the band Iron Man. That song was called Ariel Changed the Sky, and I think it's a very pretty song, and it's from a 2013 release titled South of the Earth, and it's the last recording by Iron Man before the unfortunate passing of Al Morris III, their guitar player. If you've never heard Iron Man, I highly recommend it. It is a very unpretentious kind of traditional doom, and with a serious penchant for Black Sabbath. Who knew we were going to be talking about Black Sabbath? Hey folks, this is Dylan from the future. I'm just cutting in here to say that I accidentally flip-flopped those 2 Iron Man tracks. I played Ariel Change the Sky before I played Harvest of Earth. I get mixed up with this radio format. Anyway, I'm sure you could figure that out, but I wanted to clarify. Thanks. Guess it comes with the territory. Anyway, before that was another Iron Man song from much earlier, from 1994's album The Passage, that was Harvest of Earth. Now, that has always been my favorite Iron Man song, and I grew up, well, I didn't grow up listening to Iron Man, but for a long time, I thought that it was like some unknown gem, but I very recently saw a live set of theirs from 1999, literally from New Year's Eve 1999, and they play that song and it in that set, and it is clearly the hit. So obviously it's a great song. It's got some kind of Bible shit going on there where it's talking about the millennium and the 1,000 years and all that, but listen, comes with the doom rock territory. You got to take it all in, the good, the bad, piss and poop and vinegar and shit and all that stuff. So I'm sure that's not how the analogy goes, but that's how it all fell out in my head. And then, of course, we started off the set with Verathron's cover of Black Sabbath's Ancient Warrior. A couple of things to say about that track. First off, it comes from a 3-way split from 2013. It is Verathron, Thornspawn, who are fine, and Black Altar from Poland, who are sick. And Verathron has this cover on that album, and it is a curious cover, kind of. I mean, truly, we all know Black Sabbath doesn't really have anything that sucks, but I think this is like one of the least marquee Sabbath releases. It's from 1987, The Eternal Idol, and it's the only OG is Tony Iommi. We've got Tony Martin on vocals, Jeff Nichols on keyboards, Bob Daisley on bass, and this part has always cracked me up. The drummer on this record he's been in a lot of bands. He's most notably in Kiss, but it's Eric Singer is the drummer, which is funny to me. But anyway, Eternal Idol's good. It's the late 80s Sabbath. I think for some people it's a mixed bag, but for me, I like the record. If there's any song that you're going to cover from it, Ancient Warrior is a great one. And I just really like Verathron does the thing I was talking about earlier where the kind of black metal realm that they're in, the Hellenic thrash style is so triumphant and melodic that when you say black metal, you almost have to qualify it as, you do as Hellenic black metal or whatever. So anyway, I absolutely love that cover. I really like that song. And yeah, I'm at a point in my life where I think I spend a lot more time listening to like weird and off-brand Black Sabbath than I do the mainstream stuff, mostly just because life is short and I want to make sure that I've taken it all in. Anyway, thank you so much for sitting with me today. It means a lot that you would want to even do this, and even if you skipped ahead just to this final part, I appreciate you even opening the damn file and clicking play. I'm not sure if I'm ever going to do it again. I have a huge ego, and if I get a big response, I might, but I don't think that I will. Listening to myself ramble in between these songs, I don't think anybody is going to find that very appealing. But anyway, we're going to close this out now with a song by a band called Zizma from Finland. It's called Uranus. Uranus Falls. And then we are going to end officially, for real, end with a song called I Am the Demon by a band called Speedwolf. I hope you all have a safe and happy Halloween, and take care. Oh, for questions and comments, if you're into it, whatever, you can find me on social media at Drug Dogs, DRUGDOGS, Drug Dogs. Anyway, this was Damb Radio, episode 1. Hail Satan. Be good to each other. Drive safe. Tip your waiters. There's plenty of beer at the bar.
Are you feeling alright? Have you had enough to drink tonight? There's plenty of beer at the bar.
damit kommt ihr mir irgendwie nicht davon. Ich dachte, ihr wäre das beste Heavy Metal Festival aus Europa oder so ein Scheiß. Hey, fuck off.